lower this down because music. Hello everyone. It's lore day. And I'm excited for this. You see the title. You know what trip we're going down the rabbit hole to. I've been teasing this for so long because I love this god so much. Okay, we are going to be heading into lore. I'm sure how long this is going to be, which is why I'm trying to push through it. So we are going. Let's get into it, shall we? Okay. We got a lot of things that we've written down. I haven't written all of them down. I have mental notes down. I told them that I will meet up with them. Probably gonna have to put something more down for that. Might need to like get a book and all that so we can write stuff down if needed. I don't know how comfortable I am going to talk with them knowing the past experience. But who knows? Okay. Oh yeah. That's right. What am I doing? Okay, book. Once we don't go into the inn, we should be fine. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna need much. Shoot, I forgot about that. It's fine. Okay. I guess head our way over there. I shouldn't be this nervous, but I am. Let's just try to get there faster than us just prolonging stuff. Everything in another does seem to be made a lot more sense since talking to Scoria. Also, disclaimer chat, I forgot to mention this. If I do go a little bit slow today, I did sprain my wrist. So please bear with me if I don't move quickly. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. Okay. We're only here to ask about magic. That's all we're here for. Talking about the end should not bring up things. It shouldn't. Oh boy. I'm so nervous. But I'm a woman of my word. I'll meet when I... Already there. Chasm?
Well, hello there.
Hi, sorry, were you writing something important? I didn't mean to disturb you if you did.
No, it's perfectly fine. I can always go back to writing it later.
Okay. Oh. It's
Hi.
been a while.
It indeed has. How have you been?
I can't say good or bad. Kind of bittersweet. Dealing with a lot of stress, but what can you do?
Well, you can't really do much. Taking some time just to relax is always nice.
Yeah, well, that relaxing is the last thing I'm thinking about these days. Yeah.
Something wrong?
I just been stressed. There's nothing wrong. There's always something wrong with me, but it's all fine.
Very well.
I words. You're probably wondering why I asked you to talk and all that. I'm guessing.
I am quite curious as to why.
I I wanted to ask if, because I just talked to Scoria and I am, I think, going beyond my research at the moment to ask about magic and if there's any in magic.
Oh, there's plenty in magic in the end.
Like,
Well, let me think. Obviously there's the teleportation that the Endermen use, which you're no, like, you're not inherently indifferent to it, seeing as though you use their pearls to get around, as well as the chorus fruits. there's the shulkers and their levitation abilities. And let's see. I could also say that there was the crystals that helped keep my dragon from, you know, perishing in the end, but it's not that hard to destroy them.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the death of your dragon.
It's fine. I've been keeping a good eye on her egg.
Will that hatch by any chance?
Who knows? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. One will be able to see in time. But there's no reason to worry about it much now. It takes a very long time before it'll hatch again.
Well, let's hope it doesn't hatch anytime soon in the overworld.
I don't believe it would.
Pages, be nice. We're not gonna talk about that name. No. No. Be nice.
Hmm.
Oh, someone was talking about Karen and all that, and no.
Oh.
Chasm. There's a creeper over there. There's a creeper.
I'll get it.
I will do it, but I
There we
don't
go.
want to destroy the
No, you're fine.
the temple. I don't want to be responsible for the wrath of the gods.
You're good. If you see any others, just let me know and I'll go deal with them myself.
Okay.
Wouldn't want anything breaking.
No. The last thing I need is wrath of gods on my butt. I already have one on my ass, but we're not going to talk about that. So you mentioned about chorus fruit. How did they became to be? Like, did you create them or?
I did. It was.
Okay.
It wasn't very difficult of a process. You know, well, my only issue is before I had made them, I had never had anything really very sweet. I only had fruits and such that had tasted rather sour, so I just thought that that was the only taste that would fit for them, so they're a bit sour to taste. I thought it would be a little bit easier for the Endermen so they wouldn't inherently have to teleport themselves all over the place, but the Endermen didn't really seem to like it very much, so I just kind of was like, even if they don't like it, it's nice for decoration.
I mean, yeah, I have a few at my place actually.
It also really didn't help because they had a rather difficult time trying to teleport to places where they wanted to go, but then it would teleport them to a different place where they didn't want to go. So they just kind of stopped eating it after that as well. which I didn't really have a problem with. I kind of understand why. It's a bit more difficult to teleport around with the fruits. Because, like I said, you can't pick and choose where you want to go.
Fair.
Pearls, you can.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, with the pearls, you can.
How did the Enderman get those pearls? Did they make them, or...?
They adapted over time. They were having a bit more trouble navigating around the land. And, well, before the pearls were made, the fruits were still... The fruits were there before the pearls. So, I like to also think that the fruit may have had some help in that. It's been a very long time, so my memory's very fuzzy.
Were the Endermen something else before they became who they are, or were they created that way?
They were created that way, and through a bit of evolution, they ended up the way they are now.
When you say evolution, what do you mean by that?
Changing over time. You adapt to your surroundings. It's like how people say that there was the fish that first grew legs and walked on land. That kind of thing.
Okay.
Just changing yourself over time to adapt to your environment correctly.
Why is the end so broken up? Like, was it made like that, or did something just happened?
Something happened. There used to be more than just the Enderman there, but some things happen, and things didn't really grow to like each other, and they took out their aggressions on one another.
So there was war in the end.
There was.
Oh, wow.
And the only thing that eventually came from was the beings that you all see now. Shelters, defending the ships, the cities, Endermen, everywhere, Endermites, those awful parasites.
I'm actually starting one of those.
Ugh, nasty parasites.
I know that they can come out of a ender pearl, but so many times. I'm guessing those wasn't created by you, by the tone of you're talking right now.
Not really, no. They're a nuisance, and I can't necessarily get rid of them now, because I don't know which Endermen have them and which don't. And if it's in their pearl, I can't necessarily remove it very easily and just put it back in. That could result in their, inevitable demise. And I would rather not.
Huh. Okay. I'm trying to think. This is actually a little bit more beyond than what I thought I would come here today, actually. I didn't particularly know there was history in the end.
There's history in a lot of places.
No wonder I'm
I don't necessarily talk about it because, well, nobody really asks. Mostly because, they're terrified of me. Which I don't understand why.
I mean, if it makes
You don't find me scary, do
no,
you?
Absolutely not. I'm
Good.
The only thing that I'm terrified is your actual realm, not you as a god yourself. That explains so much why I feel uncomfortable in that realm.
Why?
Something happened the last time I was in there. And let's just say I went to build a memorial for the dragon that we killed, and there was a voice that got louder and louder and louder. The moment I left, I was blinded, kinda, for 3 weeks of just black and white vision.
Oh dear.
I was a little weak. I couldn't barely do a lot. I couldn't write. I couldn't do anything. I just had to force myself to relax, and it cleared up. And I told myself I don't know what kind of joke that was, but I don't want. I'm terrified to go back in there.
There was no joke. Do you think I would play such a cruel joke on you?
I don't know at this point.
I may be a bit of a jokester, as some may say, but I would never do something such as so horrible as to ruin somebody's demeanor, their vision, or even make them hear strange voices in their head in my realm. I would do no such thing.
That voice just sounded like it was coming from the emptiness of the void of the night sky.
All right, trespassers, what are you doing here?
What? Oh.
No. I need to get rid of this before anything. Alright, where are the rest of you?
One is looking at me.
You stop moving around so much. pesky beings.
Don't know specifically who they are. But,
But back to the topic at hand, before those heathen showed up. That doesn't sound like a joke. And that doesn't sound like a joke that I would pull.
then I don't know what that was. But it knew my name. And it just kept repeating, and it just kept getting louder and louder the moment I got distracted, and I'm scared to go back in there for that to be there.
My realm shouldn't be scary. My realm shouldn't be feared. And I'm rather sorry that you had to deal with that.
It's alright. Obviously, the end has more out there than I don't understand. I don't know what to say now.
That's alright. We could always continue on to another question, if you have any, or speak about another topic at hand.
I mean, how long was the end made? Was it made at the same time as the others, or were they done one by one?
It was made alongside with the others. It just takes a little bit longer for people to get to it or find it. Not many people find my realm easily. Which is why there's so much hassle to get around to get there.
With the islands being split off, how were the elytras made? Or was that one of the races that was in the war?
It was one of the races that were in the war. Their wings were kept as trophies. Which is why they were always left on ships. Further away.
Oh my god.
But doesn't matter now. They've been gone for as long as I can remember.
You can go away, thank you.
It's been for a while. And not sure if I could do anything to necessarily change that again.
I mean, yeah, what happened in the past happened, but easing the trauma and war little by little can make a big difference in the end.
Which is why it's been so calm for so long.
Mm-hmm.
The shulkers help to protect the homes of the Endermen. Which, I have to say, do you know anything about any of the cities that have been disappearing in my realm?
Like I said, the last time I was in there, I built the memorial, and it just, I haven't went out further than the last time. But I know the last, I know I did, I know I did win with a group, and we chipped a little bit of the actual buildings, but I preserved it into to my lab because I wanted raw and stuff in there. Other than that, no.
Noted. Because I've been having complaints, and I've been hearing that there are cities disappearing.
Well, knowing what I know now, I pretty much don't want to touch any of those now.
I'm rebuilding ones. I'm going to try and make better homes for the ones that have vanished. But hopefully none continue to vanish.
Let's
Or
hope.
be taken.
Let's hope nothing more gets vanished from now we're talking about it to whenever.
Hopefully. Because it would be a shame if their homes ended up being taken and or demolished. And if you could, maybe if you ever hear anybody going to, say, my realm, and they say they're exploring or something like that, could you maybe ask them if they're looking for resources, not to take their homes or their cities, maybe?
I could try to help you out. Sure.
Or have them maybe keep an eye out for anybody who is, by any chance, you know, taken from their environment.
Yeah, I can try to help
It
out
would be
as
very
much as
appreciated.
possible. Do you mind if I build a research lab in your room?
You can. I don't mind that.
It's just
As long as you're not hurting anything. Which I don't think you would. You wouldn't break anything extremely
no,
valuable to my home.
no. Honestly, if I did that, then what good will it be for how of me being the prophet of the overworld? I'll be like destroying the overworld and its beauty if I destroyed anything from yours. If that makes sense.
Hmm. As long as you keep it neat and tidy, you're allowed to build one there. As long as you're not hurting anything, which I know you won't, you're allowed.
Thank you. Your realm seems to have a lot more than the Nether at this point. Very unexplored as well.
Hmm.
But I think it's about time for someone to understand the end. And not just have it to be an unknown realm. No one doesn't like to be unknown.
Oh, definitely not. Especially when I'm so social.
If there is anything you want me to know about your realm, you're always welcome to leave books and whatnot in my lab or just somewhere nearby.
I'll be sure to do that.
Yeah.
It'll save you some trouble since I know, it is my realm and my home.
Yeah.
And it won't be very much of a hassle. However,
Yeah.
my memory's slightly fuzzy, so it's a little bit harder to remember some things because it's been so long. But it's fine.
Maybe I can research more into the Enderman and their language if that's a possible thing.
It's a possible thing. Their language is just very finicky and weird.
If I can,
I would know.
if I could get an alphabet, that will be probably a little bit easier. Why did I mention this to Scrap? Wow, I'm stupid. I am so stupid. Dealing with sibling and then everything else is happening. I just want to bash my head into something hard.
Don't do that. Don't bash it into something hard. Maybe bash it into some carpet, maybe, or something soft like I don't know, moss or dirt. Well, don't necessarily stick your head in the dirt. That you wouldn't want to ruin your hair. It's obviously not something you would want to do.
No.
You could stick your head You could stick your head in a pile of flowers.
I mean, I have a lot of those in my area.
There you go.
Though I wouldn't recommend putting your head into moss, or you will end up looking like E. Moss can get pretty messy, to be honest.
You are right. Oh, that one was funny. Oh goodness.
Though flowers will probably be nice, because you get to smell nice afterwards.
Well, the only flowers I wouldn't necessarily recommend sticking your head into is a bunch of roses. You know, because thorns and all that. It's just not a good idea.
I mean, you
Well,
never...
at least the flowers smell nice, though.
Yeah. I mean, you never know what flower has thorns, particularly.
True.
But... yeah, I honestly don't know what more I can ask. I mean, you're open to ask me anything. I don't want to waste your time any more than I have already.
Oh no, you're not wasting my time. To be fair, I don't really... I have an eternity.
That's fair. Speaking of time, how is time in the end? I think I know the answer from that sigh.
Time doesn't necessarily exist there. When you're in a...
Okay.
When you're in a place... Because in the Nether, if you look at your clock or you look at your compass or anything like that, it flips between everything so very fast.
Yeah.
In my opinion, even though the clocks also do that, I believe clocks do that in my realm as well. But there is no time that passes. You could technically... You could stay there for as long as you like. You could be there for, let's say, an increment of time. You could be there for 3 days. And when you come back to the overworld, 3 days will have passed normally. But in the end, no time really has passed. It's basically, time passes like a snail with a slowness 3. Like a slowness potion put on a snail. Time hardly moves. Which is why I technically say that time doesn't necessarily pass there, because it moves so slow. It's so much slower than any other realm. You also can't see the day and night cycle because it's eternally dark. There's no lights in sky to show that there's any passage of time.
Is there any way that anything exists outside of the end, like the void itself, or you never really wanted to look beyond that?
If I'll be completely honest, that's not my area.
Oh, okay.
I don't necessarily know what's beyond it. I don't know if there is anything beyond it.
Oh.
I don't know if there's anything else. All I know is that there's my realm and my siblings' realms. I don't know if there's anything else beyond that point. The end is technically the end of my knowledge, and whatever I'm told by my siblings. Or any of my family, for that matter.
Huh. Okay. Then that's weird for that voice to even happen in the first place, then.
It is. If it does ever happen again, come tell me.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe I'll see if I could look into it. If I can.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I surely hope it doesn't happen again. I don't know the state I will be after the first time. I don't want to find out.
Seeing as though you said your vision was black and white, you wouldn't want to. That just. That sounds rather scary, and I don't think that I want you to have to deal with that again.
Yeah, and not only that, I was weak. I was holding on to things just to stand up. It was a time.
Well, I will say at least one good thing came out of that, and that's you got some rest.
I knew you was gonna point that out. You know, I do want to say you're literally one of the only gods that actually care about that little fun fact. You're the only one.
Well, it's not good to have, somebody purely running on exhaustion and being tired and working on plenty enough research, because what if you forget something? What if you write something down wrong when you're exhausted? What if I'm just looking out for you? Is all I'm saying.
I mean, if I had my way, I wouldn't mind not having exhaustion, to be honest, but that's just me.
You wouldn't want to be exhausted while working in my realm, obviously.
I mean, if there's
because,
if making energy drinks or energy potions, that can solve problems.
No. Sleeping there also doesn't necessarily work, so I would have you go home and sleep.
Wait, do you actually have the power to just yeet me through the portal? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. I do not want to know. No, I do not want to know. Nope. Mm-mm.
Maybe at some point you'll find out.
If
you don't listen and if you don't listen to me and you don't go home and rest when I say you should, especially because you're in my realm, I think it would be warranted.
You know, fair. And also, you sound a lot like my older brother, and I don't know if I should feel called out or not.
Beats me. Seeing as though, I'm I guess you could technically say I'm the eldest sibling out of me, Scoria, and well.
Who's the youngest out of the three? Well, the three realms. Obviously we both know who's the youngest of you guys. Out of
That is a really good question.
or are you guys like triplets or something?
I guess you could say that we're triplets because our realms were kind of in the same time.
Because I asked a question similar to Scoria, and they said that the Nether wasn't the Nether until they came along, which is why I'm wondering if you guys were created in a little bit seconds from each other. But since the realms were like made together, then I don't know.
It's weird.
Fair. Very fair. I won't push on the question if you don't really know the answer fully.
Yeah, that's something that I don't necessarily know the correct answer to.
That's fair.
Can I help you, sir? Go away. Tired of listening to in my ear.
Savannahs are a great place to be. Let me tell you.
It's fine. It's been taken care of, and now I don't have to hear in my ear. Now I just have to listen to chickens.
Blaze is more than just a groaning noise, to be honest.
Yeah. It's also nice to listen to the hum of the beacons.
But, I don't think I have any more questions. Though I kind of don't want to take up your time, even though I don't think that statement's actually correct at this point. Cluck, cluck, I hear you.
Well, if there's nothing else that you need, then there's no more questions. If you ever do have any other questions, do feel free to leave me a note or, call out, and I'll be there.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I guess I'll let you go then.
Alright.
Alright, thank you.
Well, it's no problem at all. And like I said, if you ever hear anything weird, or see anything weird in my realm, report
I'll
that
call
to me
on you.
immediately.
I will. I promise on that.
Good. Good.
Alright, well, bye, Chasm.
Alright. Bye-bye now.
Bye. I didn't think there was that much to think about of the end. When you think you know most things, and then you realize you actually don't. It's a lot to think about, to be honest. So now, I'm morally interested in the end than the nether now. Well, we're just gonna do one step at a time. Obviously, I gotta make the research lab in another. Try to figure out the mysteries of that history. But not gonna lie, the end sounds more if only if there was someone. I should ask what was the other species. I'm sure it will come back. I guess at some point I do gotta make a trip in the end. At some point. But there are a lot of context clues that got answered. I guess I can take this out. Because I don't know if phantoms are associated. We got more stuff. Let's just grab all of this. Or just put these right in here. if there is more clues, I'm guessing, to that war, if there's remnants of that war, I will love to try to figure all that out. But there is one that I would love to figure out. I think this will probably be a good lead into the real in research. If Chasm didn't know what this was and didn't even know it happened, then that scares me more. What was that voice? Because I never recognized it. It sure didn't sound like Chasm. And why did it sound like it was around me? No. Not here. Oh my gosh. Sign, please. I'm just gonna finish up in the nether. Make that lab. Figure out those questions in the nether. And then it's me figuring out the end. Apparently there's more questions and in the end than just in the nether. Of course I could have asked all those questions to Chasm, but what fun will that be for myself as a researcher? A lot of structures are in the nether, but not in the end. That war must have been very destructive if there's hardly anything in the end. We'll figure it out in time. But for now, it's question time.